Yo, this is Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Net vlog. If you like something, hit that like button. In a nutshell, this is about the Brooklyn Nets and how we've changed as a team from now. From the beginning of the season, for really last year up until now. The reason why we had everybody, watching us is because KD and Kyrie was adding to the core four, and we was just getting role players to add to the core four, and KD and Kyrie. That's changed. The core four is Joe Harris, Jared Allen, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Caris LeVert. That's changed. We only got one, and that's Joe Harris. All those other players were part of the core, as in they knew the offense the best. They had the best chemistry on the team. And with KD and Kyrie adding to that, yes, we had the potential of going to the finals. But right now, we seem like we in hot water, and a lot of people don't have the same fate that they did because of the transactions and all the trades and everything like that. The only thing that came good out this trade for me, for the most part, was Caris finding out that he had a health issue, and he could see to he fixes that health issue immediately instead of waiting until next season to find out that he had it. So that's pretty much the only good thing. I was not for the Harden trade, but now that he's on our team, I respect him and say that I hope that he can take charge on the offensive side of the ball when Kyrie and KD sit down. When Kyrie and KD are resting, he needs to step up and not pass the ball unless a player is hot. I seen him last night. He was passing it to Joe Harris and Luau, pretty much giving them the ball after he seen that they were cold. As the dominant offensive player, you have to attack the basket, draw fouls, and do whatever it is you have to do until the other players are ready to play at your level. Don't come down to their level to raise up. You make them come up and play at your level, Harden. All right? That being said, the whole team structure is changed because the core four is not surrounded by KD and Kyrie no more. That was the potential that everybody's seen going to the finals. Now, losing Jared Allen was probably the biggest piece that we missing because we need help in the paint, which we got with Pell. He didn't play yet, but he might play today versus Miami. We'll see. That being said, we're going to need more help in the paint with Pell. It looked like we trying to make a run at McGee. If we get McGee, our problem is solved. With Pell and McGee, our problem is solved. Solved. We ain't got to worry about nothing. French Montana voice. You heard? That being said, we took some tough losses that we could have won, and I think Coach Nash, he got to be accountable for some of this because I feel like he's passing the baton to D'Antoni too much, giving him too much of a say in the matter. D'Antoni is not a championship coach. Had it been, he wouldn't be assistant coach. Steve Nash is a rookie coach, first 20 games for the most part. I could see taking a lot of advice from him with the small ball. D'Antoni tried small ball in Houston and didn't work. So I don't think he should try to implement that system for us because that's not what we were doing before he got here. We had a formula that worked with Kenny Atkinson. Say what you want. But we had a formula that worked with Kenny Atkinson. We would give the ball to the hot hand, and that's how we found stars on our team. That's how we found out Caris, not Jared Allen, because he really wasn't an offensive threat like that. He would scrappy. So he'll get the offensive rebound, he'll get putbacks, he'll get the alleys. But he's not a back to the basket player where he could get the ball in the post and, do his thing. That's not just not his game. Fine. Joe Harris is not being utilized the right way. They looking for Joe to get warm with jumpers and this team to kind of like live and die with the jumper. Not cool. Steve Nash got to step up and have bigger balls. He got to do what he got to do so that way the potential that we have can be seen. The best thing Steve Nash can do is keep letting Kyrie light a fire under his ass. Kyrie's earlier in the season, he said, it's not like we got a coach, And he said that to light a fire under Steve Nash's ass, and I could see why he did it. When he said it, I was kind of opposed to it, thinking like, you got to respect the coach. But I could see why he did it. Nash, you got to do better. You can't play soft and you can't be nonchalant and make it seem like the plays is the reason why we losing these games. You got to be accountable. You got to say, yo, I could have did this, I could have did that. Maybe I should have rotated the roster, so on and so forth. Hold yourself accountable. That's what good coaches do. You can't try to blame the players for the losses. Out of those 8 losses, I give Nash and the coaching staff half of those losses. Seriously. That being said, the only thing we can do is play with the players that we got. Sit Shamet. Shamet, he's cold. And he's not the one who should be getting the most minutes off the bench. The bench, it should be Joe Harris, Bruce Brown, and then Luwawu. Those are the 3 guys off of the bench that should be getting the playing time the most. As far as DeAndre Jordan is concerned, he's the reason why we're losing a lot of games too. And he's a problem. And he has to sit down and take a lesser role, get less minutes, and let Pell start. As soon as Pell comes, let him start. Let him start. You know what I mean? Can't hurt us. You know what I'm saying? Can't do no worse than what DeAndre Jordan is doing. So that being said, yeah, I'm looking forward to Pell coming on our team. I welcome you as a net. And I hope you do the best you can do, you know what I'm saying? Because we really got a good chance at taking this to the last dance and winning it all. Very, very, very good chance. Play Chioza. Play Tyler Johnson. The more players you got on your roster, the more dangerous we are. If you don't do that, then you're going to have the players that you are playing exert too much energy because it's battles. Every team is battling, and we gotta pretty much. Every team is giving it all because they looking at like a ranking system. Like if they beat us, they get kudos and they get like props or whatever. Like beating us is like the thing to do now. It's not like just being any team, like the Knicks per se. You know what I'm saying? You beat the Knicks, it's like so what? But they're playing great now, so shout out to them. But case in point is our expectations is so high. So if we do lose or we do get beat, that team they get put in the light where it's like, wow, look at these guys, what are they doing? And I'm saying I respect that, but let's keep things in perspective. And the best way to do that is to make sure that we play our players the way they're supposed to be played. Perry shouldn't be taking jumpers. Don't do that, Perry. Go to the basket. Joe Harris, go to the basket. I want to see us play an inside-outside game. The only players that should have carte blanche to do what they want to do on the offensive side of the ball are Kyrie, KD, and Harden. Other than that, you got to follow the system. You have to follow the system. Joe Harris knows the system the best. He's the longest net on that team. There's no player on that team or even probably coaching that been there long as Joe Harris at this point in the season. That's why he's part of the core 4. Because he's there, he has the longest, he's the net that been there the longest. Right? So that being said, that's what it is. You feel me? You like something, hit that like button. This big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Net Vlog. Respect my handle, you heard? Now, going forward, again, we got to know our game. Bruce Brown, play Bruce Brown. Lock down Bruce Brown. He's our best perimeter defender. And sit Shamet. Give Shamet minutes to Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown should be playing way more minutes than anybody that's on the bench besides Joe Harris. I would say even give Bruce Brown Luwawu minutes because I feel like Bruce Brown is a better defender than Luwawu. But Luwawu is up there too. And give Tyler Johnson Shamet minutes. Tyler Johnson, he ain't do nothing because he ain't get a chance. He had 7 assists and turnovers in the one game that he played, and then he don't get no run after that. The coaching is upsetting to me, honestly. I don't see why they do the roster rotations and then in the interview after the game make it seem like they ain't have nothing to do with it. That's wrong. Steve Nash, you got to get this work. D'Antoni, take a back seat. You were the assistant coach. Stop chatting so much. Nobody want the system that we not the Houston Nets, bro. We the Brooklyn Nets. If you was that good, you would be the head coach. So I think you should just fall back and stop pretending that this is your team and you pulling the strings like you Chappetto or some shit. You not. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you helping us win games. I think it's the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So That being said, yeah, I'm gonna air my grievances. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm a fan of the team, but at the end of the day, y'all not above approach. You know what I mean? KD is having an MVP season after he came off his injury, and I don't want it to be spoiled with losing a losing record or even a 500 ball club, because we didn't need Kyrie and KD to have a 500 ball club. We was doing that on our own. We supposed to be winning a majority of our games, in my opinion, with coaching and roster rotations going the right way. We should at least have 10 wins by now. Easy. You know what I'm saying? What's that, 9-8, that's 17 games played? I feel like we should be like 14-3, 13-4, at the most, maybe 12-5. I'll be happy with that. 11-6 is pushing it, and I will give it that because it's like chemistry and all that. But 9-8 is it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. So that's my take on the matter, and I'll be back. You know what I mean? I got more to say. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's what we need to focus on as priority. So this is this is Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Net Vlog. If you like something, hit that like button. Peace.